All right, what is a white glove test? That sounds kind of weird. Why am I putting on white gloves to go through? Okay, for starters, you're only putting on one white glove. Okay, the white glove test is a visual demonstration to show that the surfaces are dust-free and spotless. Okay, so when you walk through, there's quite a somewhat cliche term that says, "I'm going to test it with a white glove." Okay, well, let's do it before we leave. So we have these white gloves, right? They should be in your tote. Okay, when you're going through. Usually I'll use my non-dominant hand to put this on, right? You're only using one. Okay, the other one you got for your rags and your tools, all right? So let's say you're going through the customer's house and this is a door, okay? And we have the door jambs above and you are certain you dusted those off, you wipe them, they're clean, okay? So when you're walking through and doing the walkthrough, you'll wipe your white glove over it and show them that it's clean, all right? So it's gonna be really important to get those clean and test them on your finger before you go through because you don't wanna wipe it and get embarrassed, okay? So anyways, so the white glove, it's a demonstration to show that the surfaces are dust-free and spotless, okay? So it communicates attention to detail and pride in a job well done because if you've done pride, this is gonna stay clean. So use it as a confidence builder, all right? Not to criticize work. This isn't there to show, the level of what you've done, right? It's more of a thing to build confidence in the customer that we did a really good job and build confidence in you that you did a really good job, right? How to introduce the white glove to the customer, okay? Keep a single white glove, clean, stored in your caddy, which you've got a whole bunch of them. Put it on before the final inspection, right? Before showing the work to your customer. Say something like, let's do a quick white glove check, my favorite part, okay? And that shows that you're excited about this, right? You don't want to be like, all right, time for the white glove test. If you go into it with confidence, the customer's gonna notice, okay? That way, if you start talking and you're on the white glove test and you happen to pass by sections, they feel confident because you were confident, okay? And it turns a routine cleaning into a moment of pride and professionalism. You can be proud when that comes back clean, and it is doable, okay? So where do you want to use the white glove, right? You don't want to put it somewhere where it's going to be like gross or whatever. So swipe your finger across commonly dusted, dusty areas or forgotten areas, right? Baseboards, windowsills, door frames, cabinet tops, things like that. Avoid swiping over clean glass or mirrors or things like that because you can leave a streak. And if you do leave a streak somewhere, just wipe it up, okay? Do a quick spot check before you do that with the customer, right? Get a white towel or even use your pinky on the white glove, right? And just do a little check, right? Don't overuse this thing. The more you wipe it on surfaces, the more likely it is to get dirty, okay? So less is more for you in this case, okay? It's a way to impress the customer. It's not a way to be like, look, I did everything in the house. That you're not wiping down everything, all right? Never clean with the white glove. This is not a cleaning tool. It's a demonstration tool, right? So, use your regular cleaning tools, put on the regular gloves, everything like that when you're cleaning, but use this one for the end for maximum, impact, okay? You got a bunch of these, so don't reuse them, unless they're spotless, okay? We don't want to go in there and be like, oh, hold on, my glove's already dirty. Now that says I did a bad job for the person before them. All right, we don't want to do that. So, if you do feel the need to reuse it and wash it, but throw it away. All right, this isn't anything that won't biodegrade. They're cheap, so yeah. There's a certain thing to be said for, as far as the customer interaction part of this, and that's showmanship, right? Use it as a moment of showmanship. All right, when walking the customer through, this is your presentation, right? Ta-da! It's silly little things that it makes it fun, right? We want to put a smile on their face because the bigger smile on their face, the less critical they're going to be, okay? Let them see that you test your own work before they even have to, right? You're in control of this walkthrough. You want to, oh, was that done? Even though you know it was done, okay? Smile, stay upbeat, don't overdo it, right? This is about trust, not showing off, okay? So let the customers try and, try the glove themselves if they're curious, but, and it builds engagement, but typically you want to leave this on your finger, okay? That's about it. That's our white glove inspection. The other part about it, which I go through in another section, right, is the form you fill out called the white glove inspection, all right? So as you're going through and doing this and you're working, you're filling these check marks out, okay? When you're going through the white glove inspection, you're filling these check marks out, okay? So there's two different types for two different reasons. One's for you, one's for them, all right? So that's it. Keep up the great work. Don't forget your white glove.